Trapping is an American pastime, one of America's oldest traditions that helped drive Western expansion, an immutable characteristic of outdoorsmen across the nation, and one of the most effective methods of wildlife conservation on the planet. This video contains graphic images and may not be suitable for some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Howdy folks, welcome back to Dominion Predator Controls Down the Line. Today's episode is a do's and don'ts of Bobcat release. Stick around because I'll be making an example of what not to do and you can see how I got this scar. Let's get to it.
Well, I had two sets right here and I came up on what we call a poor man's double. I got a possum. But over here I have a really nice big tom bobcat. And it's a little early. He's a little angry. Paul's a little swollen from getting caught, but he's not damaged. We're going to take this cat and release it, let it go. This might be the best video shot I can get without a tripod. Got a little homemade trapping pole, release pole, and this cat over here. Let's see how this goes. I know. Paw. Easy. There we go. Paul. Come on. So you can see it's quite a battle sometimes. Make sure you get a hold of this cat. I've seen other guys that just snatch him up by the throat and just get him out of there, but you want to make sure you do it right. See that? Here. We got him loose. Eats up a lot of time having to Now I just made one of the biggest mistakes in trapping history. And that mistake is cats always run to cover first. They always run to cover first. And if you've got cover near, that's the first thing they're gonna do. Good looking cat. He'll be a whole lot better when I catch him in January. Well, that was wild. First animal I ever caught when I was trapping was a cat. And it was on the 27th of November 2017. And I was 3 days early of keeping cats. I didn't really know that you should wait till January to catch them. At that time, I was really young. I was young and dumb in trapping. But you can see that that cat ran off just fine and is gonna keep trucking. And I'm gonna catch that cat in a set right there in that same spot a month and a half from now. And I'm gonna take him home, turn him into a pelt. With that, I gotta get these sets taken care of and move on. I've got 15 traps left to check, 16 traps left to check. And I've already had quite a lot of action this morning. So, all right, folks. This is the second cat I caught on this property since I started 5 days ago. And the cats are no good here for another month. And you can't keep them until December 1st, but you don't want to keep you only can have 20 a year here. And you don't want to keep one before Christmas at least, if you're trying to sell them for fur. So I'm fur trapping this year, and I'm gonna have to get this cat in this catch pole with its paw and its neck in there to be able to release it so I don't damage it. Cats have a really soft larynx, and I've heard it said that you could put a shoestring around a cat's neck and kill it with it. So you got to be careful, not damage the animal, and not have them struggle too much so they don't get hurt. That way they can move on. Since I caught a cat in this set, I'll keep this set operating throughout the whole season, and I'll catch more cats in it. I might even catch this cat again right here at this set, you know, a month and a half from now, whenever he makes his rounds back through. So I'm going to be real easy with him and try and get in there so I can get a hold of him without him getting too upset. Get him off that fence so I can get him off this trap. Alright, I got you. Let go. Easy. I want to get you out. What? Here we are. Paw in. See how that works? Calm down. Calm down. Good. Good kitty. All right, come on. Over there. There he is. Released and unharmed. Here he goes. Walking on all four paws. There he goes. There he is. And he's gone. Well, that is a hell of a good time. If you're not trapping, you should be. All right, folks. We got a third cat, early season cat. I'm gonna have to let it go. We're gonna record me letting it go here and see if we can get it out of here quickly without hurting it. So, I'm gonna try and be tender, be sweet. Easy. caught on that fence there. Yeah. You want to attack me? There we go. That's how it's done. One arm in, around the neck, hold it down. Paw looks good. What you do now, let that cat loose a little bit and just wait. You can see Paul's a little swollen. It's been in the trap for a little while. But once the cat realizes it's not caught anymore, it's going to get up and go away. It's okay, kitty. I'll catch you again. Little spot. Looks like a small tom, but I couldn't tell. I didn't look. I should have looked before I let it loose. Yeah. You back on out of there. See you later. See, running on the paws. There it goes. Cat's gone. It's a smaller cat than the male I caught yesterday here. On this thing, pretty simple. You always want to look for presents. Sometimes there's turds sitting around that you want to take with you. Yesterday I got a few good turds. I see a couple turds here now. You don't want to smash them, you want to take them with you. There's one right there. Now, this was a dirt hole. It's quickly turned into a trash pile set. And I'm not even going to add any smell to it. I'll probably add a little coyote urine to it. That's about it. So, this is the trap bed here. Got loose dirt out of there. It looks like it's pretty well yanked up. Don't have much of a bed in there anymore anyway. Duke 650s are a little bigger than I'd like to catch cats in. This is a set I set up for coyotes, but it's alright. Let's see how well we can get this in there. Look at that. Bed that quick. Anyway, there we go. I just want to keep that pan from getting a bunch of dirt underneath it. With as little as these pans have to move in order to go off, the way they're night latched, it's not really a big deal either way. You could probably go without pan cover. Little peat moss would do the trick too. Antifreeze. We're expecting some freezes and thaws. And we're expecting a lot of water soon too. The moisture content in my dirt's not super low, so what that means is that antifreeze I put in there, it'll melt pretty much the first day or two. Make sure nothing moving. A little extra antifreeze. Just around the levers and jaws. Just a little bit. local dirt that smells like I caught a rabbit, 2 cats in this trap. Shows you how light the pan tension is on some of those 650s. You really want to have a 3 or 4 pound pan tension. There's another turd right there. There's a hole in here still. If I can get a hold of it. I'll lower it out a little bit. Oh yeah, still got bait in it. This will kind of guide them a little bit. This will be a beautiful set for cats whenever the time finally comes. But that's the finished remake. Quick and easy. Now we'll get out of here and go catch a handful of other coyotes. Hopefully we're not letting go cats all day, but I guess that's a good problem to have. So till then, we'll check back at you later. For the longest time, I took cats in December, not really realizing how important it was. So the first couple of years, I took cats in the first 20-25 days of December, and I only caught a handful of cats those years, maybe 8 or 11 most years. This year I'm going to limit out, I'm sure of it. I've already caught 4 before December, and I've had to release the other 3, and I'm going to release this one too. Looks like a pretty good queen. I can't be sure, but we'll check here in a minute. But she's going to be a good cat whenever it's finally primed up, the fur's finally primed up. But right now we're still early of even season of keeping them. So while I'm trapping coyotes, undoubtedly you're going to catch possums, you're going to catch coons and other stuff like that. And here on the ranch, a lot of those we put down, you know, because we care about the turkey and the quail eggs. But when it comes to cats, there's not a whole lot of damage they're doing unless you got a lot of poultry. And even then, maybe if you got a bunch of kitties running around. We're gonna let this one go. I'll show you how it's done. So basically the way it works is you just got to get inside here. Make sure you get one paw in, because they'll let you get in there pretty easy. But you want to get that one paw in there. Once you got that one paw in there, you can cinch down on it. Here we go. See that? That's pretty good. There you go, just like that. Just get them. Oh, she got out. Yeah. It's okay. You're all right. You're all in there. So here you can see we got one leg in so the cat doesn't get hurt. I'm gonna hold this down so the cat doesn't go nowhere. Frozen this morning. Here we are. So now, just trying to kind of check the cat out a bit. Definitely a female. She's peeing all over the place. As you can see, she's trying to use that paw. So everything's good here. Now we're just gonna let it loose and wait for it to get the feeling back in that paw. When she realizes she's not caught anymore, she'll get up and run off. Yeah, you're okay. You're in good shape. Hadn't really figured out she's not caught just yet. Here in a few moments, she'll get it figured out and run off probably into these, down this fence line, if I had to guess. Then I'll be able to remake this set.
out of here. Come on. I gotta remake this set. Yeah.
You can see her there on all four. Walking just fine. Always look around for turds. Let's go. There she goes. Cats leave you the best turds. They're good to have. Do you a lot of good when it comes to catching critters. Get these sets remade, take care of this possum, check these other 10 traps, and if we got anything else today, I'll put on video and show it to you guys for the show. But that's cat number 4 on check day 13 of an upcoming 3-month trapping season on cats. I'll start keeping them around Christmas. It's the 30th of November today. So we'll start keeping cats in about 25-30 days. But until then, it looks like I'm going to release another 8 or 10 of them, which is pretty wild.
Alright folks, today I'm going to talk a little bit about a catch pole. This isn't a specifically branded catch pole that I would have in a product placement, but this is more of just a must-have item that all trappers should have. Nuisance guys use some really nice catch poles that have plastic coated on the wire and really protect the animals. And those are a good addition to have. If you've got the money to get one, then go ahead and do it. If you don't have the money to get one, I don't recommend a homemade trapping pole like the one you saw me use earlier on in this episode. Because the cables generally get frayed pretty bad. They get tangled and twisted up pretty bad, and it makes it a lot harder to be able to release your catch in a timely manner. So about halfway through the episode, you'll see I start using one of these poles. And this is just a heavy-duty pole that you buy from any one of the trapping supply places. They got a really good thick airline cable on it, and they got a locking mechanism on them that keep them from opening back up. You got to pay good close attention to it, because if you mess with that lever there a little bit, that lock just a little bit, it could loosen up on you big enough to let an animal out. This works really good for releasing cats and even coyotes if you had to do so, or holding down a coon and whatever you got to do. I don't recommend something of this nature whenever you're dealing with much larger animals, if you're doing, you know, animal control work rather than just ADC work. But they have really good poles out there. There's notable brands that are out there. There's Tomahawk. There's other people that make brands that are knockoffs of Tomahawks, and those are really good poles too. But if you're going to be on the trap line, you better have a catch pole so you can release something, because you never know what you're going to walk up to whenever you get to a trap. Now let's get to that cat attack video. All right, folks, looks like we got another bobcat. I had a couple of dry days. 4 days ago, I caught bobcat number 4. And today, we've got this guy sitting here. Pretty feisty. This is the 5th bobcat I've caught. I believe it's a tom. Looks about 22 to 24 pounds. Small tom. Big toms are nice. The small queens usually bring the most around here. Small queens usually have pretty wide bellies and decent spots. But this tomcat is looking pretty good. The fur's getting more prime as we go. And coyotes are looking real good right now, as good as they get here. Coyote fur slips pretty badly around the end of December here, and the cat fur really doesn't pick up till the end of December. And a lot of times I try not to keep them. The last few seasons I trapped, I try not to keep them until after Christmas. So I'm gonna release this cat. Alright folks, same method as before. Try and talk sweet to the animal a little bit. Don't make any crazy movements. Let it start to calm down a little bit. Try and get that paw in there. You can easily kill a cat with this.
just because of how soft the larynx is. So you want to try and get a paw in to do it. If you're really fast and really good, I know guys that down in Texas that they just grab them by the neck, throw them down, release them, and they're done within a few seconds. And that's good, because you generally aren't going to hurt them if you do it real quickly. You spend too much time on the neck is when you hurt them. But if you can get them in here, just be real nice and get them to put that paw in there. Try not to mess up their teeth if you can help it. There's really nowhere for this cat to go but at me now. See? Oh, he pulled that paw out right before I got done. We want to try and get that paw in there. I think this is probably why those guys in Texas just grab them by the neck. Sometimes they fight you more than it's worth. You know, the time that you spend trying to release them when there's so many. There it is. There it is. Got arm in. Arm in. It's not a whole lot of use to it. And I'm tightened down, but not on the neck. So we're not really hurting this cat. We're just going to get this cat here for a second. Take a look. Take a look. Looks like it is a tom, as I expected. And now we want to see what's going on with this paw. I want to see if it works. See how well it works. Just kind of let the cat relax for a minute. Massage the paw a little bit. Try and get some blood back in there and see what happens. Because I don't want to release this cat if it's damaged. It looks like the skin's not broken. And it's not broken. It's not twisting, or, you know, the bones are still attached. It could have some tendon damage. Like I said, it's a little early. Give me that hand. Quit biting me. Got me hooked. Got me hooked. Their claws are sharp, so be careful. You don't want to get bit or scratched by a wild bobcat. You never know what you might get. You never know. But you can see here. Yeah, he just clawed me with that paw. Yeah, he's using it. So we're going to let him go. He's using it. I don't think there's any kind of damage to it that won't heal up. And you can see here, I'm sitting here with this cat now, and it's calmed down a little bit. Here in a few, it's going to realize it's not trapped and no longer at the behest of my catch pole. And it's either going to come at me like a wild animal, which it could, or it's going to relax and hiss for a minute, and then it's going to get up and run off. Well, I only got so much time, so we're going to have to run this cat off.
Come on. Come on.
All I can say is don't be this jackass. Here's the attack in slow-mo. Alright, one more time. Now in real time.
Oh God. It's on camera, huh? He attacked me. Oh God. As soon as the cat fell outside of camera view, it bowed up to me like it wanted to continue to bang. If you listen closely, you can hear him growl as it came at me. Then the sound of the catch pole closing on his neck.
Cats have rarely done that kind of thing, so looks like we're gonna skin this kitty. I don't know if that'll make for a good show or if I'll have to keep this out, but he got me right on the face a little bit, right on the head a little bit, and on, I think, just one hand. Should have my gloves on. Shouldn't have got so close. Try to do a nice thing and not swing that catch pole at that cat. Let it go. But I think that cat wanted to go home. I don't think I'm going to need stitches, but it's a hell of a hole in my face, I think. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, I might need stitches. Look at that. Nah, I don't need stitches. It'd be a good story, though. The things you do on a trap line, sometimes shit don't work out the way you think it's going to.
Well, as you can see, I made a very serious mistake that almost cost me my eye. I was this close to becoming the crazy lunatic cat trapper in town that's covered in bobcat furs that everybody just calls Bob. However, it can't go without saying that this is a mistake that I made that I should have known better. And sometimes you've got to make the mistake before you can figure out what not to do. And I wish in this situation I would have known ahead of time. I've since figured out, after seeing a couple other shows, that one of the best methods for releasing bobcats is to not release them right there near the trap bed, but is actually get them caught with your catch pole and then pull them 20, 30 foot away from your catch circle and then release them. That way you can walk away from them and give them the time to be able to figure out what's going on and run off. That way you don't have to make the mistake that I made and try and antagonize the cat to get rid of it. Many times before I've released an animal and you've just been able to make a loud noise and swing your arms around a little bit and they'll take off. But in this case, that cat didn't want to do it. And you're going to see in this last cat that's going to close out the show, that the same kind of thing happens. This cat wanted to stick around with me as well. I almost harvested this cat rather than released it, even though it was a little early for fur, because I had a little bit of fear left in me from that cat that attacked me. And I decided it would be best that I go ahead and get over it right now rather than wait till next season to try and do it. So I went ahead and released this next cat, and here it is.
Well, folks, this is check day 20. This is cat number 6. It'll be the 5th cat I've released successfully, if I get it done. That last cat that I tried to release attacked me and I put it down. So, in order to overcome any kind of fear my mind might have over this, I'm gonna go ahead and let this cat get out of here, and instead of hanging around and trying to get the cat, trying to let the cat loose and just waiting for the cat to leave, I've got other sets in this pasture to check, so I'm just gonna record me letting it go, and I'm gonna drive off and finish my sets, and when I come back the cat will be gone and I'll remake the set. So cat doesn't look like it's any pain or damage. Its paw's pinched pretty good, but there's nothing wrong with the paw as far as I can tell, and It's a rabbit back. It's kind of a gross cat in the first place, and I've already caught 6 in 20 days. And I had to keep one, and the one I kept is really a beautiful cat, 20-pound Tom. I'll bet it goes for good money. But I got to go to OSU veterinarian because of the cat attack I sustained and some of the scratches I got. I'm gonna have that cat tested for rabies, and if I have to, I'm gonna take those darn early rabies shots. But we're gonna get it tested, find out what's going on, make sure I didn't get killed by a cat. And you need to not underestimate the danger of trapping. It can be a safe and fun thing if you're paying attention to what's going on, but if you're, you know, acting the way I was, you can do a lot of damage. You get hurt. You know, anything can happen when you're out trapping. So you got to be prepared for that, and you got to make sure that you're respecting the danger, as they say, and knowing that even this little thing right here could really do a number on you if you let it. Obviously, I'm a full-grown man, and there's not a cat on earth that's going to kill me on its own, but that doesn't mean that you couldn't get rabies and die unknowingly. So I'm going to let this cat go, just like I did the other one, but I'm not going to hang around to watch it run off. I'm just going to jump in the buggy and boogie and keep checking the line. Once again, cat number 6 on check day 20. It'll be the 5th one I've released. And this was a flat set with a piece of vertebrae in it, as you can see, that had biting pool. I don't know whether to call it Casey Payne's biting pool or Cletus Richards biting pool. I don't know what to call it, Apple Road biting pool, but it's a biting pool that's now owned by Cletus Richards at Apple Road Predator Bait, and I bought it from him, and it's good stuff. So the cats like it. It's a good food lure. It keeps them moving, and if you put it on a pool toy, it kind of makes the name worth it. So I'm gonna let this cat go, just like I have the other ones, and we're gonna try and get one paw in without, you know, hurting or damaging or spooking the cat. Try to get one paw in there. Sometimes it's better to get the paw in first, you know, but it doesn't always work out that way when they're this big. It's a pretty long cat. That other cat was 20 pounds. This one's definitely more. I've kind of misjudged weight on cats often, so if I can get it to step through there. Here we go. Ah! Had it for a second. Yeah, that's simple, huh? Definitely not trying to get. There you go, you step to me? Okay. You sure are, aren't you? See how dangerous this can be, folks? You definitely don't want to go toe-to-toe with those claws if you can help it. Trying to lure me in your circle now, huh? That's all right. That's what I did to you. So fighting it to try and protect the animal, to get that paw in there to make sure you don't hurt it, often can burn up a lot of time, but sometimes it's the best thing to do. Put that arm in there. I dare you. See how it's standing its ground? It wants to jump on me. It sure does. See? There you go. I got you. Oh. Well. Let it go. Asthma's acting up. Probably need to take my inhaler. But 550 holds him pretty good. Cat used that other paw like nothing was wrong. Cat number 6 on check day 20's gone.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you're on the socials, look up my socials and follow me there. I'll see you next time on Dominion Predator Controls Down the Line. And until then, Dominion out.